All right, hello and welcome back to Forgotten Dailies. Been a minute since I've done a video just because I've been busy running around and getting other things done. Plus, it's cold outside, and I don't like to be outside when it's cold. So, unfortunately, the cars that we have to be parted are still here and haven't really made much progress. The gray 85, we have the interiors out, still trying to get it to run. So, that's a process in itself right there. But that's not what we're here for. I'm going to kind of go over on what it takes to run this business and do what we do. So I've seen people comment, say, not directly to me, but they want to sell parts and whatnot. That's all fine and dandy. But I think people fail to realize is what it takes to do that. And sure, you can, get a camera or phone. Everybody has one anymore. And you can get some bubble wrap or whatever, and you can mush fake it, and you can sell parts here and there. But to do as many as we do, and in my opinion, this is my opinion, the level that we're doing it, it takes a whole lot more than just that. So to go out and get a few parts and slap them on a group page or eBay, wherever you might want to sell, Facebook Marketplace, whatever, and roll with what you have is fine and dandy. But me personally, I like our stuff to be clean when we list it. I look up the part numbers when I list it, and we're going to go over all that. And to me, the better it looks when you sell it, the better the presentation, the more likely it's going to sell, and the more likely you're going to have repeat customers. Shipping, packing is another story. I personally have ordered items and received the item, and there's like no packing material in there. Unfortunately, the part made it to us, and or the item, whatever it was. So we got lucky there. But I probably overpack stuff when I ship things. But my philosophy and my belief is, I want your part that you're going to receive from us to be a part that I would be willing to put on one of our own cars. So, with that said, I overpack. It is what it is. What do we have that we spend money on? Obviously, buying the car or the parts is an expense. We have a car trailer, which that's another expense that not everybody has to have. You can do it without a car trailer if you're just doing like U-pullets or whatnot. But to buy a whole cars, it's just a lot more feasible to have your own trailer. You can rent one from U-Haul or wherever as needed, and that's okay too. But me personally, I like having my trailer here at the house. And if I find a car like right now, right after making this video, I can go out, get in my truck, and take the trailer and go get it. I don't have to wait for a company to be open to rent one from. And the borrowing from friends, that gets worn out very quickly. So once in a blue moon, it's fine. But if you're doing it consistently, that gets that friendship wears out very quickly. So it's just like borrowing tools and whatnot. So, anyways, I'm probably gonna ramble, and I apologize because once I get talking, it's hard for me to get stopped. It takes a while for me to get talking, but once I start, it's hard for me to stop. Costs involved, obviously, the trailer I talked about. You have, us personally, we have a thermal label printer. Of course, that takes labels, packing tape, packing peanuts and bubble wrap and boxes and padded envelopes and all of those things that it takes just to ship an item. That's not including any picture stuff and storage. So we're going to get into that. Other expenses that we personally have is lights for where we take our pictures at, and I'll show you that. And then storage shelves and totes. We have a bunch of totes. We have a lot of boxes too that we've picked up for next to nothing, or whatever, somebody was throwing boxes away, and we use those as well. But the majority of what we have is totes, especially as we move forward. So we're going to turn this around here in a second, I guess. So when we get a part in, let's say we get a car in, we go out and, we take the car apart, obviously. How I do it, and this is just me, I will take totes out to the garage, and as I'm pulling parts off the car, I will put them in totes, and then I take them to our basement. So that's where all of this is done from, is in our basement of our home. And so I will come to the area where I'm in right now, and I will use our computer, and I will look up part numbers for that particular vehicle. And then we have little charts that we fill out, and I'll show you those, that show the stock number, because we give every car a stock number, where the part's going to be located, a short description of the part, like let's say mirror, right hand mirror, so I know it's a passenger side mirror, and then part number if we can find it. Some things we can't get a part number for. It's just the way it is. We use a online site to find 95% of our part numbers. Occasionally, like I just said, they don't have, that site we use doesn't really have a lot of interior stuff. So we have actual Chrysler parts catalogs that we use, and that has everything in it. So once in a blue moon, we have to go get those. I'm still hunting for some. I know I'm looking at them right now. I need 86 and 92. And I think another 87. But so 86 and 92 are the big ones that I need. So I'll find them eventually. I'm not going to pay $100 for a book. So hopefully maybe at Carlisle this year we can find what we need. So like I said, we assign each car a stock number, and then as we're looking up parts, these tags here are what we use. It's kind of hard to see though. The camera likes to block the light. So you can see, ignore the page number, that got printed by mistake. But you can see it's got part number, stock number, location, and then once the item sells, I'll write the sold amount, and then beside that I'll put what shipping cost, and then who we shipped it through, the date that it sold, and the bottom line is the part's description. So for example, this part here in particular, you can see there was no part number because I couldn't find one. The stock number, where it was located, how much we sold it for, what we paid for shipping, who we shipped it through, the date, and then at the bottom the description. Some items we do free shipping, that's why you'll see a shipping charge on there. Those were just little tiny trim buttons. Other items we charge shipping. So when a buyer gets charged shipping, so I can turn that around, and who knows what you was just looking at. You'll see I'll put BP, and that's buyer paid. So I take those cards once they're filled out, and I take them upstairs, and then I have a little basket upstairs where my wife keeps our books at, and she'll take that basket out and she'll go through and she will transfer that information into our books. And it's just a 3-ring binder with a sheet that we designed and made up ourselves, that each car gets assigned like a stock number, and then I don't have any down here to show you, but she'll be able to write basically transfer all that information over to the sheets. And the reason we do that is just in case we ever do get audited, we have a record. And then also it's for my reference, so that I can go back and see, okay, this car, we sold a bunch of parts from. So, if we find another one, I kind of have an idea what I can pay for it and still make money. And then, or this car didn't sell much at all, so let's not do another one of those. Learning experience. Sometimes we've done really well, and other times, we barely broke even or barely made anything at all. So, I have another philosophy that not every car has to be a grand slam. I'm okay with a single, meaning if I make a little bit of money, it's better than losing. So once, like I said, once we get the tags filled out, and then never mind the disaster, I was just cleaning, working down here tonight. Then we go to our photography area and see we got a light there, and a light there, and a white background with our business logo. We started that because of scammers copying our pictures. Now I do a watermark on our pictures, but just in case I forget, I still have that back there, and I made that, and I'm not an artist, so disregard if it doesn't look very well, but it works. So anyway, we use a white background. Research shows that people have a tendency to look at parts or items that have a white background because it looks cleaner and it shows more detail on the parts. So I've seen pictures of people selling stuff with their cigarettes in the background. I'm not against somebody that smokes by no means, but to me as a buyer, that just does not look professional. We try to make it look as professional as we can. Once the pictures are taken, I will take this tag and I will take a picture of this tag. And then you see it's got a single hole punch in it. So we got a single hole punch here. And we will take that, and we have these little metal wires, and we will attach this tag to the actual part. Let me show you one of those. So for example, a boost gauge for shadow. You can see it's got the tag, and it's in 2-3A, and it came right out of that tote marked 2-3A. So when an item sells on eBay, it will actually show me. So I have to enter that. It's called a custom SKU, and it will show me as long as I enter it. I remember to do it. I do forget once in a blue moon. When it sells, it will show me 2-3A. So that saves me the hassle of having to dig through 18 shelving units of parts to find this part. So it just helps process orders quicker. So I'm going to show you our shelving units, kind of what we have going on, and let me know what you think. And by all means, if you were doing something similar and something looks simpler, I am not against making a change. This has been an ongoing process. I've changed some things. There's still things that need improved. So, it's a slow process. And, everything in life, it takes time. And between working full time and doing this, I'm busy. So I don't have a whole lot of free time. So this is like shelf number 1. And you can see every tote has a 1. So it's shelving unit 1, shelf 2, box Bravo. We have Alpha over here. And then we go shelf 3 and shelf 4. So if you see, this is 2, 3, okay, and then we come around here, and we have 4. Over here, we have 5. These are large empty boxes that we have for larger items. And then 6 and 7 door panels that are listed. This is shelving unit 8. It's a hot mess. This is all longer items. There's 4 shelves. The other ones are kind of buried. And those are long items, so like side trim, sill plates, things that are longer that don't fit a tote. That I ran that whole shelving unit is just all the way to the wall back there. So everything goes on there for that. So never mind, our house has a random toilet. Don't know why. And then we got shelf 9, and this is another hot mess. Pretty much everything you see in this pile and everything you see on the bottom is parts for my LeBaron or the wife's shadow, and I need to get that stuff more organized and moved to a different location so I can, regain this area back for myself for the business. We got some extra bubble wrap. It's kind of hidden. I ran into a deal. Man, it's been almost 2 years now, and the black bubble wrap we got really cheap off of a local auction place. And I've still got, I think there's a shelf below there. I can't remember now. It's been a minute. But I've got probably six rolls maybe of that left. Let me see. Oh, no, nope, it goes all the way to the floor. So there's probably another 8-10 rolls there, if not more, that we still have left. So then we have shelf number 10, and it's kind of a catch-all. You see there's only 2 totes, but we got more tail lights and more awkward shaped items there. And then shelf 11 has mostly totes. There's some NOS parts there and a LeBaron parade boot. And then down at the bottom we have an intake and a set of I don't know what they're, air horns or whatever. Horns, some type of horns. Some items like these, that carpeted piece is actually sold. It's going to Carlisle. But like the hood scoops behind it, you just kind of stack them where you can. Then 12, 13, and then we got 14. This one's kind of a catch-all a little bit too. You see we got some longer L-body dash trim pieces. These are dealer brochures, and then the little books that the owner's manual would have came in when these cars were new. Those are all NOS, well, brand new, and they're all Chrysler. There's red ones and black ones. And then we have a bunch of door panels and shelf plates, shelf whatever covers for Peabody Shadow. And then this is all NOS parts except for those two books. I don't remember why those books are there. Whatever, I'll figure it out. And then a couple more totes. This one's overflowing. And then we got some more bubble wrap. And then there's an NOS, a couple NOS seat covers, a Shadow parade boot cover, I think is what that is. Wiring harness. This tote's full of parts. And another shelf of just there's an intercooler, an airbox, and then a Volkswagen jack assembly. And then some more there now. And then there's more bubble wrap. There's our parts books. These are all of our boxes. These are all miscellaneous size boxes. These ones are 5x5s or something, 6x6, I don't remember. And then we got our padded envelopes in small boxes, 4x2, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, etc. up there. That's all within easy reach, and it makes shipping that stuff easier. Now I have 2 more shelving units on the other side, but it's a big mess because what has happened is with that large lot of parts that we went to Indiana and got, and then a few weeks later I went back to the dealership that's closed and bought a whole bunch more stuff. So all the totes from that are on that side, and I bring them over here one tote at a time because I only have this much room to work with on this side. So when I get a tote emptied here, I will move the empty tote away, and then I'll bring another tote over. So it's kind of a mess over there because there's totes with junk parts that need to go in a car. I've been looking for just a junk car. I don't care what kind of car, just a junk car that I can bring in and fill up and haul away. But man, I'm not paying, top dollar above scrap prices for a junk car because I'm just not going to do that. But I don't know. It is what it is. So that's pretty much our layout. I don't think I've ever really shown it. And when we first started, these shelves here were just ran all the way down that wall, and we had a whole lot of room here. And I got measuring, and I figured out that I could take this shelf and run it off the wall. There's 2 shelves back to back here, and run them off the wall. There's enough room for me to get in there, and that shelves to slide out to get parts out of. So it works. It can get a little hectic at times, a little cramped, especially if I have a lot of stuff that's not listed yet. So keep trying. We sell on average, I'd say on average, 3 to 5 items a day. Sometimes less, sometimes more. We've had days when we've sold 10 items. So just like I said, on average, we do 3 to 5 items a day. So it's good. I enjoy it. What do I like the most to the least of doing this? I really enjoy, especially when the weather's decent, not when it's cold like this. I really do enjoy being in the garage. I turn on Sirius radio and I just tune out everything and I tear a car apart. And normally when I start with a car, I start at the rear. So I do like the taillights, and then I move my way forward. The reasoning for that is because any pieces and parts that are no good that I have to move, let's say I have to remove a door panel to get to the mirrors. If the door panels are junk, they can go right in the back of the car and they're out of my way. So then I just progress forward from there. Another reason why is typically your engine area is going to be a whole lot dirtier. So my hands won't be dirty when I go to the interior and getting grease all over everything and whatnot. Like I said, we do clean every part that we ship as best as we can. I mean, we don't have, a huge cleaning machine to do this. Everything I do is done by hand, and 95% of what I clean with is these little industrial wipes, and they work wonders. So that's probably my favorite part of doing this. And then honestly, shipping is fun. Sometimes I like a challenge. I don't like the mundane. Like, we have some Hot Wheels that we've sold through been selling that we've had for, a while. So a Hot Wheel, you bring it and you wrap it with bubble wrap. You throw it in a 4x4x2 box, throw a few packing peanuts in it, and ship it. There's no challenge to that. It's anybody can do that. It's real simple. But earlier today, it's already upstairs, but we shipped a console. That takes a little more effort because you have to make a box, most likely, because I don't have a whole lot of great big long boxes that something like that'll fit in. So you have to take take two boxes and make one. Let's see what else. I don't care for the cleaning. The cleaning and then taking pictures. It's so blah. It's so mundane. You just sit here on this chair and you scrub down parts, and then you take pictures, and then you put them away, and just repeat the process over and over and over. And it gets very old very quickly. And that's the most difficult part for me to keep motivated doing. That's probably the three biggest parts of our business. Listing items, that's not too terrible. It gets boring, because you're just typing. I use my phone to do all of that, but it's not. I'd still say cleaning is probably worse, the worst part of the entire process. So, let me see. We do also. We have business cards that we ship out with every part that we sell that is related to these cars. And I'm getting something set up here. And then I'll say everybody, but a lot of people, most people have ordered parts through Rock Auto, and I don't know, it's been a while now. We started doing stickers, and we would send stickers with the parts that we sold, and it was cool. It was definitely different, but something unique to us. But they just weren't like, I don't know, to me they weren't as neat, because not many people want to put a sticker on a car, or have a use for a sticker. So these are some of the stickers, and you can see, they're big, they're cool, and they talk about these are actual customers' cars, what their first, who they were, and what kind of car it was, etc., etc. So we was doing stickers for a while, and then back to the Rock Auto thing. I decided one day that let's see if we can find magnets. Now, these are magnets. They stick. Two things. And you'll see, like this particular one, it says parts by Forgotten Dailies. James's Shelby Charger. And then this one is Boyd's 85 GLH. Again, parts from Forgotten Dailies. We ship parts that are for these cars. They get a magnet. Some of our customers, you know who you are, because I'm sure you're watching this, probably has, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know, probably has, he might comment, he probably has probably 5 of each magnet. He's our best customer, and we definitely appreciate him. And so, yeah, I'm working on new ones. I promise. We're going to get new ones ordered here soon. And it'll be, I don't know, a couple, 3 weeks before they're here. So bear with me on that. You're going to keep getting duplicates, unfortunately, for now. So, but with that said, I love love, love, love doing this. I truly do. I love these cars, and I love this type of business. Even when I was younger, I wanted to be in the parts industry. I don't wrench on cars. I can, but I don't. I don't like to. I don't like to. I don't know. Deal with other people's headaches. To me, it's just easier just to take the car apart and move on. So, little cat out of the bag. I've been talking to a friend of mine who is very good with these cars as well, plus other cars, and we are in talks about, combining our skill set and maybe start doing a little more working on these cars than we currently do. But that's we're not going to worry about that right this moment. There's a lot of things that have to take place prior to that happening. So follow along for the journey. You never know what we're going to get into next. We don't do any dumb, crazy stuff like some people do. We try to show you the realities of it. We try to be real. And I'm not here for the likes and the views. I'm just here for the love of the cars and to try to get these cars, more recognition than they currently get. So, like, follow, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you happen to see something in the background of this hot mess that you need, let me know. If you're watching this and you go on our eBay page, eBay store, and you see something there, by all means, I'm not afraid to sell off of eBay. And that's a discussion my wife and I have been having for a little while about trying to slowly leave eBay and do our own website. But I'm afraid that inventory management would be a lot more difficult. So real quick, but if we sell like that boost gauge I showed you earlier, it's currently on our eBay store in our inventory. If it sells, eBay automatically removes that. Where if we have our own website and it sells, now we have to go in and remove it from inventory because I don't want to leave it on there, if it's sold and unavailable. I don't like selling parts that we don't have. So, I don't know. We're talking about it. Haven't fully decided. So currently we're just going to continue with eBay. I think eBay's easier and I think eBay reaches a bigger market. So, we'll probably, for now anyways, we'll stick with that. So I appreciate you watching again, and it's time for me to call it a night. I've been going at it for I don't know how long, a little while now. Everything is shipped for the day. I got parts cleaned and photographs taken so I can get listed new items, and we'll just until we get to the next one, we'll catch you later. Thanks and have a great day.